work? Is it all just gonna work flawlessly together at the same time, like a beautiful symphony? Yes! It's all up! Everything at the same time! My greed knows no bounds, and I got exactly what I wanted. Fuck you, TikTok. Well, TikTok is... Oh, it is working! Yes! Let's fucking go! Let's go, gamers! On Twitch, I think... I didn't even check. It's not on Twitch. Fuck Twitch anyway. They weren't even cool. I couldn't give a fuck about those people anymore. I don't care about Twitch anymore. It's too much work. They're just too much work. They don't give me anything. It costs me so much. I was wondering why Twitch was working before. It wasn't working because I was lucky or anything. It was working because of pure, unadulterated luck. Like, you guys do not understand how the setup is in the back, and it's rough. Okay, let me see if I can like add to it. Let me just be greedy. Let me be greedy a little bit. Whatever, fuck Twitch. I tried. I actually tried. Twitch is too much work. I don't fucking care. I have things to talk about today. I had to switch. I lost a whole stream with like 18 people on it for this. So whatever. Funny is TikTok is fine. I don't even know how to like explain that. Like TikTok is fine. The chat was not going to connect because the connection for the chat is broken. But like TikTok is working. Twitch is just refusing to work. Yeah, it's up. Like TikTok is up. YouTube, like phone YouTube, is up. Everything is up. It's just Twitch. It's literally you've missed nothing, Sola. I've been fighting demons. That's all you've missed is me struggling, like actually struggling in life. Yeah, unironically, you are on time. You are on time. Like, honestly. So tired. I don't even need you to be SMHing me, dude. Turned off the vertical stream for YouTube because it makes the regular stream worse. It's actually affecting it, and then like YouTube is like mad at me. I don't care. I don't care. It's all supposed to work. It took all day to get this fucking working. Anyway. Guys, let's get to the rest of the goddamn show. My voice is going to be rough. Who uses vertical streams? Some people. I wanted to just see how it worked. It's like a test. I'm testing how it works. That's what it is. Which of these is my main screen? I don't remember. Be kind to my throat. My throat is actually completely fine. It's just going to hurt in like 4 hours. So let's make this a meaningful stream, should we? Shall we? Yes. It's not sultry. It doesn't sound that. Oh, wait, fuck. I was like, my keyboard's not working. Why? I remembered, like, I haven't done the work. My keyboard, like, died earlier today. Okay. It's 2025, people. It's God's year. It's the year of our Lord, 2025. Oh, wait, fuck. Wait, okay, there it is. We got remote controlled streaming, guys. We got all that set up. I forgot to like change the stuff on the browser. So TikTok is seeing the wrong browser. But yeah, we got stuff to talk about. We got stuff to get to. Queeb never cry. Never cry, Queeb. Hey, Buyo. This is the right stream. I'm sorry. It's complicated. Twitch broke. And honestly, I'm not fixing it. I don't even remotely feel bad enough to fix it. I'm not fixing it. No one can make me. And that's final. Okay? Like, that's final. End of story. I couldn't give a fuck. I'm in such a bad mood. But I'm trying to be entertaining, so it's going to be rough. But hey everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Webcomics Hubcast. My name is Nen, your friendly neighborhood depressed person. My voice is bad, rough. And, I want to have a good time today, okay? My voice is bad. I just want to have a nice, easygoing time where I'm not stressed out. Thanks for subscribing, Ace. I really appreciate you, my guy. Technology is being cruel to me because the first stream of the year. What's wrong with me? The first stream of the year? Everything, apparently. Anyway, today I have a lot of things to talk about. I want to talk about the Webtoon 2025 contest. I want to talk about the last year in webcomics in terms of money. There's a great Korea Jungang Daily article from Korea because American numbers are basically impossible to ever discern on purpose. And I want to talk about memeification of content. And I think the last thing I really want to get on for the year is I want to talk about platforms. Probably for one of the last times I will do it, at least for the short-term future. Like, few months, I'll probably get back to this. But I want to talk about platforms for the last time, just for the last time in the way I'm going to do so. Because there's a lot of things I want to say, right? And I'm going to start off with the most basic of basics of basics. Guys, the Webtoon 2025 contest is here. Guys, the Webtoon 2025 contest is here. It was happened over the holiday while I was busy. And, I love that they're doing the same thing that they did last time when they have one big page where all the submissions go. It's kind of a bad system, I think. But I want to talk about the fact that, like, one, the categories are out. Most feels, most epic, most gripping, most laughs. Interesting. I mean, that was already in the thing, but like they've kind of hinted at what they were looking for, right? With the images. And it's $1 million total price. And they told the episode minimums and everything. Now, I sent an email out to Webtoon. I didn't get a response back. I probably fucked up something. It was the holiday. I definitely messed something up by that email. I want to say that, like, one, the Webtoon contest as it stands right now is fucking awful. I don't mean it in like the people, it's awful. I don't even have any way to say it. It's awful. This is one of the worst contests. It's funny as well because they're also simultaneously running a contest for Monster Hunter, the new Monster Hunter game. It's having a contest right now. But this contest is actually pretty bad in terms of the requests. And I know people are going to push and join, and I'm going to read every entry. I want to just say this up front. I'm going to read every entry in this contest as well. I want everyone to know that right now, right here. Okay? I'm going to read and rate every single entry in this contest. Live? No. I'm going to read and rate all of them on my own time, but I am going to read some live. Also, I'll get to this in a second. Don't worry. Anyway, this contest is ass. Like, what are the amounts again? It's something crazy. Like, there it is. It's something like you need 3 minimum episodes. You need 120 panels for the action fantasy. You need 120 panels for the dramatic romance stuff. You need 120 panels for horror, thriller, everything. And comedy needs at minimum. Is that also still, wait. That's 90 panels. And the Monster Hunter contest, 3 episodes. It's nuts. 90 for comedy, 120 for everything else. It's so much work. It's so much free labor that may go nowhere. And look, I will say something. Contests are like, But yeah, you need a total of 200 panels if you qualify. Contests are like, I understand contests need to be the way they are because fundamentally you can make that money back, right? Like that money can always be made back. You can always structure your life in such a way that you make the money back somehow, some way, somehow, somewhere, right? I'm not trying to be like a dick about it. I'm trying to be reasonable. We've seen multiple times contests pretty much lift someone's career out of the ground, and off of nothing, even if they don't win, they get like a really big fan base. It's happened a few times. So I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not saying that doing this work is not worth it. What I am saying is that there is an angle, which is that Webtoon is asking for this, and I think this is way too much to ask for. I think this is way too much to ask for. But, and we all know this, people gonna do it. This is $1 million on the line. People gonna do it. First place is $150,000. People gonna do it. Like, for some people, that's 3 seasons of their comic that Webtoon is giving out as just first place prize. The question really for me is what you have to sign away to get first place prize. They don't say it, but they have made people have to sign and treated the prize as like a signing bonus, and they're not really paid for that season. But I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean like they basically said, here, $50K up front. Instead of paying you when you finish, we'll give you up front. We won't really pay you for the season. So, and I don't think it was a long time ago they did this, by the way. And I'm not even sure if that story is 100% true. I want to like qualify the things I know and the things I've heard so that you guys can understand where I'm coming from. But I also want to say that's 40 possible winners. And if you just qualify, you make $5.5 grand. That's life-changing money. If you make 35 grand, if you get to the finalist, you make 35 grand. That's wife-changing money. And yeah, you heard me right. That's wife-changing money. If I got 35 grand right now, I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be real hard to keep me around. I'm just saying. No, I think it's a lot of fucking money. And I don't know. 35K is people's yearly income. Yeah, you could just quit working for like half a year, focus on art, focus on media, but it's literally wife-changing money. I hate to say it, but it is. And then 100K. If you get to the top 3, you get $100,000. Like, okay, let me contextualize $100,000 to people who live in the US for people outside of the US, because I think in the US, $100,000 is not a lot of money. You guys have taxes and everything. It's really stupid. It's not a great place to live. But like, okay, I live in the UK. If I'm making 50K a year in London, I'm making crazy good money. Like 60K a year is like great money. But 50K a year is like really good money, right? If I take $100,000 and I move out to the countryside of the UK, which by the way is not like sad or anything, it's actually really good and lovely and everyone's doing it, right? Everyone's moving a little bit away from London, countryside-ish, getting a home. I could buy a house for that money. $100,000 is, I could pay, no, I don't mean like put a down payment, by the way. I want to be so clear with you. I'm not saying a down payment. There's a cabin I've been eyeing up in Louth, I don't know how to say the name, in the UK. It's £150,000 total. It's a total 1,000 square foot cabin. I've been eyeing it up for ages. It's like completely isolated. It's lovely. It's everything I want. It still gets delivery. It has fiber internet. Okay. That was £150,000, $100,000 US dollars. Let's just do the exchange right now. Let's just do it right now. Is 82,228 pounds. So that's more than half of the cost of that house. Like I would get a crazy good load of like $100 a month or something stupid. 200 pounds a month of mortgage just to live in that place. Off of the back of just this. Like this is what I'm saying. Like, you know, this is a lot of work. This is a lot of work, but no, this isn't a partial down payment. This is more than a down payment. Most houses don't get this much in a down payment in the UK. In the UK, it's pretty normal to down pay 20 to 30K. Paying 80,000 pounds is unusual behavior. In fact, it is so unusual behavior that you will probably get investigated. You'll likely get investigated immediately. Yeah, you could buy an apartment fully if you live outside of London. Like it's as I said it, 100K. Everything above 12th place is wife changing money and husband changing money, whatever you want to call it. I don't give a fuck. My point is, it's a lot. And so when we look at this requirement of like, where's the stupid panel count? These panel count requirements, plus the additional if you get to the finalist section, like, yeah, I know the US is a shit place, and where you live specifically, Radar, is a nightmare. Okay, the rest of us ain't doing that. I mean, Australia is doing that, so fuck you, Pre. But the rest of us ain't doing that. What's all that? What are you gonna say? Yeah, but it's not. I don't think. I don't. Yeah, I think that the winner gets 250K. I think the winner gets 250K. Wait, the winner gets 250K. Wait. The winner gets 250K. What? What the fuck? Wait, no, just 150? It looks like they're saying 100 and 150. Like, they're saying getting. Oh wait, no, the winner gets 150. There's 4 people chosen for the winning spot. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. San Francisco is hell though. Like, or I hate to say this, but San Francisco is a hellscape. Like my buddy, back when Patreon was still like relatively new, a buddy of mine was like, "You should go work there." I wanted to work at Patreon for a little bit because I was a big fan of the Green Brothers, and they made Subbable, which became Patreon. So I was like, I'm going to go work at Patreon, especially because I was a Pomplamoose fan. So the CEO of Patreon was someone I already had watched for a long time. And like, I would have passed a job interview because they were hiring really young talent. And so I wanted to go work at Patreon. And I looked up like housing in San Francisco. Because if you didn't know this, the Patreon office was, I don't know, maybe still is in San Francisco, right? So I looked up housing in San Francisco, and it was literally like, I would need to be making 100K, and they were offering like 60K or something, 70K, 60, like, which at the time was good money. But just to live in San Francisco would still need me to make 100K. And also, it's a miserable place, and it's full of fucking tech bros. No, fuck that. I would never live in San Francisco for anything. You have to live ages away. When I wanted to get a Discord job, I found out that they operate in, I don't remember, but they were like really close to Oakland. There's like a bridge between them and Oakland. And I found an apartment right on the other side of the bridge. And I was applying for Discord jobs. And I was like, why the fuck do I want to work in California? This is the worst place in the world. This is the most miserable place ever. Like it's crazy how much of my like early career in life was like, I want to work in California. Oh my God. Or you're living a life. You have power I could not comprehend. I could not do that. Like, my landlord tried to raise my rent once. Like, I need to be real with you. I love California. I love, I just want to say that ahead of time. I do absolutely love California. It's my favorite place in the world. Every single time I've been there, I've been so happy. But it is fundamentally too expensive in a way that hurts. That hurts me. Like, when I was living in California for a bit, one of the worst things I had to experience, this is so stupid, was like the fact that I could drive not very far. Like everything is far away, but like relative to America, not very far. And prices change so significantly that it caused me genuine fear and stress. Like, okay, here's what happened. No more Twitch. Fuck Twitch. I'm tired of Twitch. I'm tired. Twitch didn't want to work today, Tammy, and like I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We do have TikTok if you want to go watch on TikTok. But no, I absolutely love California. It's just like okay, this is the stupid story. I was living in Carson at the time, right? I was living in Carson. And a friend of mine lived in Orange County. And like on the edge of Orange County. Let's be fucking upfront. Like my friend who lived on the edge of Orange County, yeah, it's hot in California. My friend who lived on the edge of on the edge of Orange County, he was living in a so almost outside of it. There was a Little Caesars there. That just to for the people in California, they'll understand, I think they'll understand what I'm saying. To contextualize how poor, relatively poor that area was compared to the rest of Orange County, there was a Little Caesars there. Okay, so I'm going to see my friend, and when I was living in Carson, I bought a fucking Slurpee because I was still pretty new. I was still pretty new to the US. So I was like, oh, I season Slurpees every day, constantly. I was in love with it, right? And so I bought a Slurpee, went to visit him in Orange County. I bought something for like $2, I think, where I was. Went to visit him in Orange County. This is years ago. Went to visit him in Orange County, and my Slurpee was like $4. And it just caused me genuine physical bodily stress. And then when we went to Azusa, I don't even know why we were in Azusa. When we went to Azusa, the cost somehow went up. We were always buying water. There was so many things that just genuinely stressed me out. Like, where we lived, our cousins were like, don't drink the water from the tap. I'm like, why? Tap water should be safe. And I would drink it, and it tastes awful. And they were like, don't drink it. Azusa is like a place, I think it's like a little, I don't know, city, town, I don't know what to call it. It's like a place in California. I didn't go to too many places when I was there. Please don't drink the tap water. Is it that bad? Is the tap water in California that bad? I drank it once, okay? Everyone made me drink bottled water after that. Anyway. It can't be. Is it that bad? Ever since the cost of coffee in San Francisco and South Korea made me angry. Dude, I only drank bottled water when I was in California. And the thing is, I live here in the UK. I drink tap water all the time. I think drinking bottled water is weird. I think drinking bottled water is uncomfortable. And I love California. I absolutely love California. Like, one of the first things I did when I got there is I went to that stupid light place. You know, the like, it's a museum or whatever. The place with all the lights. With all the lights is like a little like thing people go on dates on. Go on dates to. I went there alone. I didn't know people went on dates there. It was very weird. Anyway, my point I'm just getting at is if you do well, jet fuel, I'm not gonna unpack. If you do well in the Webtoon contest, you make wife-changing money. And this is a genuine question. Do you guys, I want you guys to assume the perfect conditions, you win. Would you think it was worth it to have made, from what I'm seeing, a total of 200 panels to win 150K? Just let's just account for the work. Would you be like, yeah, I'm cool with this? Remember, winning Webtoon contests isn't like a free thing. You got to sign in with them. You got to sign up with them. You don't get to just go. I don't want to be an original. There it is. But yeah, you have to agree to keep going. Yeah, for me, people read my shitty comic and I get some money for effort. So yeah. No, but the thing is, you don't get the money unless you get greenlit. It's the becoming an original that matters. You don't get the money for free. You got to become an original. And look, okay, it's been long enough. I'm going to talk about it. So do you remember ages ago, that one person who made the post? No, the second person who made a post about the Webtoon not paying them well enough and talking about how they just started their career or whatever. Not the first one that was decent. The one I basically said was a dog shit post, right? The one on Reddit was a dog shit post. That person's been in limbo for a while. Their comic isn't out yet. I've been looking for it. It's not out yet as far as I can see. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe they just couldn't hack it. I don't know, but like, I don't know. It seems a little bit weird because I remember what their webtoon is called because they told me. They told me in like the dumbest. Like again, not dumb because I did them trusting me is not a bad thing. Like I'm happy to be trusted, but like this person, it's not. I don't think it's in the rights dungeon because Webtoon does release rights. Like the Dragon of the End creator showed that straight up. Like when it doesn't work out, they do release the rights. Like they're not weird or creepy about it. They're not like again. They're relatively fair to work with company. It's just in some ways, it's just like that person's been stuck in development hell. Like, is that because of him? Is that because of Webtoon? I don't know. Oh, you mean the winner of the last contest? Oh yeah, that one's probably personal issues. This guy wasn't the winner of CTA. This guy won, like he got greenlit through like the typical method, and he's been trapped in development hell. I don't know if that's him or them, but it's still not out. I'm assuming he's trapped in development. I should say, be clear. I'm assuming he's trapped in development hell. So I don't know. Yeah, you can. From what I've read on the contest page, I did read it. I can open it again, but there's nothing preventing you from entering any other contests. From what I remember, I don't think. I don't think any. Yeah, I don't think there's anything. Obviously, there was a section I was looking at because I was looking into this. Yeah, so you're granting them a bunch of rights to do like advertising with it, and if you and basically like giving them 5 years to do advertising with your stuff. That's what this all says, right? And apparently, you rave your moral rights, but again, all of this is basically an advertising ask. That's all this is. There is no discussion of other pitches that I saw. There was no deep, like, how do I put this? I went through this from top to bottom, and I don't remember anything. And I will say I'm operating off memory, so I will do a relook today. But I don't remember anything that should be a problem to anyone in terms of pitching, in terms of anything else. I will say that it's not worth also doing this and pitching. The amount of work it requires is a lot. And I will also say that depending on your country, um, depending on your country, there are specifications. Like for UK, basically, I'm protected a lot by UK laws. So no bad family comic, yeah, pretty much. Like there doesn't seem to be anything that is indicating that it must be a brand spanking new IP, but they don't want anything that's already owned, obviously. And if something gets owned, they won't be able to take it. Well, and despite that, they know statistically you might not win. So there's nothing like saying you can't talk to other people about it. But you do understand that when you upload your IP, you are losing a little bit of control over it because if they want to advertise with your IP anywhere on this platform for their contest, they can do that and they will do that. Would they be less likely to pick win out of protected countries? No, it doesn't seem like that would matter. It's just so that like, I think that because the main protection comes in here, like here in the arbitration provision, because we get a lot of protection in the UK from arbitration, for example. And so that's what they're talking about. It's a no aura, right? Like this is the what's that fucking gay webtoon again? That gay tapas webcomic, the one that had a TV show, Heartstopper. This is the Heartstopper problem, right? Webtoon advertised Heartstopper so much, people think Heartstopper is from Webtoon. Like young, newer readers think Heartstopper is from Webtoon. And those are like, I'm just saying, like, yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to live. But like Aura, you're like, that's free advertising. But like, Webtoon is notorious for trying to hijack your popularity on their own. Like, they'll just do it. And they'll take advantage of it and they'll use it to make you associated with them in a way that's irrevocable. And so it's not free advertising. It's if you do well, they'll co-opt you. They'll literally do it through some method, some means. They'll co-opt you, and it won't hurt them at all, because if you cave, they win. If you don't cave, they got to use your name. So who gives a fuck, right? Like, either way, they win. Also, on the distribution rights thing, I didn't see that. Let's just search real quick. Yeah. So see, here, there's like two things, right? Here you waiver, like there's a lot of language in here that exists for advertising, by the way. Do you have to sign up for original if you're a runner-up? It depends on them. Webtoon is not very, like, when contests happen, Webtoon is not very picky. It actually will just choose everything, if they can, if they're all good enough art wise. So I don't know, but I don't think you have to sign up for the runner-up. There's nothing indicating that you do. But if you see here, there's no obligation to use bit. Essentially, basically, it's just explaining that, like, basically, it's just, I did respond to you, Solo. I just said, like, there doesn't seem to be any obligation to sign up for the 5.5K, but who knows? Webtoon has been less picky before. But I was just going to talk about the distribution stuff, in that, like, there is nothing that indicates that you're waiving your rights to distribution in any meaningful capacity. Most of the language in this contract, in this terms of service, are advertising language. It's basically so that they can advertise with your IP during the contest, if they want to. That's it. They don't want to have to ask you. They don't want to have to get your permission. They want to just do it. So that's what all this is here for, right? Like, even here in this no obligation to use, they're basically saying, hey, we might just not use it, and you can't make us use your comic for advertising. This is all advertising language, right? And like, here, waiver of equitable relief is literally them saying, we don't have to pay you to advertise with your IP. If the content is going well and we like your IP, we can just put it in the ad. If it gets more clicks, who gives a fuck? If you want to see the exclusive period language, all of that is here. So any genre finalist, this is only for genre finalists, right? No, it's not. You're not crazy. It's just, this is dense. This is dense. So you probably did see something, but it was just super dense. But any contest finalist, only the contest finalists, or only the genre finalists and any contest finalist will be offered a publishing contract, from what it seems. The runner-ups may not be offered one. There's no obligation to offer them one. They might, but that's all up to Webtoon. But every contest finalist signs a publishing contract that grants Webtoon exclusive worldwide rights for distribution, monetization, and the use of the webcomics in all forms of digital media for 3 years. And like, this is the thing. This is worldwide rights to distribute, monetize, and use the webcomic in all forms of digital media. So this is probably where you saw it. And that's all in here. And the thing is, the 3 years, I don't even know when it kicks in, because I don't know if the 3 years kicks in from the first chapter or the last one. Yeah, no, it includes print publishing, clearly, in the language. Because if it didn't include print publishing, it would say digital distribution, but it's including print publishing. So like, there's a lot here. There's like a lot here in this big fuck off document, right? They're fundamentally, it's not exploitative. It's just, yeah, it's likely the last. But yeah, if you want to print, it's from the first. Totally. Um, I'm just wondering because I'm saying it because like the contest might make it, because of the way contests work and how the rules have to be set up. It might basically kick in from the moment you upload for the contest, and then they would need to renegotiate the exclusivity. Yeah, yeah. So the thing is, it used to be that they took 5 years digital exclusivity. I'm surprised that they only want to take 3 years digital exclusivity. It's a little bit weak for them, but whatever. Yeah. Like anyway, my main point for this entire contest pickup stuff was, hey, this contest is kind of ass. I think it's a big, expensive waste of time to an extent. For the creators, at least, I think it's a very expensive waste of time. You should just join my contest in August. That's just a better use of your time. It's less money, but I'm cooler. I'm joking. No, I know I understand the motivations and the financial issues behind the Webtoon contest. Like I understand why they're going for it. I understand everything. As I said, I don't know if you guys remember the questions I asked last year. Yeah, I always have I constantly have a contest every August, Dieborn. But I don't know if you remember the questions I asked last year, but I'm just going to open my mail to read them to you again. These were questions I asked Webtoon about the contest. And I want to talk about the one question I asked that they didn't comment on, but I think is really relevant to talk about. Sorry. There's a burp there. Where the hell is it? There. I said to Webtoon, and I told them, I said, hey, I said to them, how does Webtoon hope? No, sorry. This is when, during the last shareholder meeting, there was a talk of stagnating user numbers. Is this contest meant to combat that? Has Webtoon envisioned doing so? This was a true thing that did happen. At the time of when I emailed it, that would have been quarter three investor meeting, which I was there for. And they talked about like user numbers across the board had somewhat stagnated. And Webtoon says, Webcomics Legends is part of our broad strategy to nurture talent. Everything we do is about showing creators and readers from around the world Webtoon is a destination for innovative storytelling. All they're saying is, yes, it is that. This is a long-winded way of saying, to some extent, we want to increase the number of users on the platform because we're experiencing a certain amount of growth that is not what is relatively indicative of the kind of company that we said we were in our S2, right? In our filing, in our SEC filing. And the thing with Webtoon is like they didn't lie in their SEC filing. I just think fundamentally the kind of company people expected and the kind of company they are not the same thing. That's it. Like it is a true thing that they've done to themselves. And then the question that I asked that they didn't answer, I said to them, "Will have Webtoon hope that this will affect the seemingly lacking earnings in the US and rest of the world?" And they refused to comment. But I think fundamentally, a contest is a really big. It's a big play, right? It's a Hail Mary. That's not even a Hail Mary. It's like a fourth down, second half, end of the second half play. That's not a full Hail Mary, but it is definitely something that you're going to have to pull your best running back out for. And this is Webtoon's best running back. It's this. It's the big Webtoon Legends contest because this needs to be having a big enough prize pool and a big enough number of participants to hit the audience like in the right kind of way, right? Because like for the audience, this is a big spectacle. If you're giving away $1 million, holy shit! That should spur enough creators to engage, which should spur the audience to double engage, like double, triple down, because they're like, oh my god, so many new comics, which then overall increase engagement and advertising through just sheer word of mouth, right? That's what they're going for. Because I do the same thing in words and pictures. Last year, I doubled the prize revenue in words and pictures for this exact reason. And this year, as I'm reaching out to sponsors, I'm hoping to double it again. Just the sheer rough monetary prize pool let alone the actual physical prizes that will get mailed out. Oh, by the way, everyone got their tablets. I'm so happy. Everyone got their drawing tablets. It's the most beautiful thing ever when Cloudy sent me their drawing tablet. Whatever. Anyway, I'm just saying the fundamental truth is the reason you up the prize pool in contests isn't to do more good or for any other reason but to like get hype. Because everyone knows in the contest, everyone knows in comics. You can pay people fuck all and still get them to participate. Webtoon could have done half this money and gotten the same number of participation they'll get with all of this money. But they wanted to be a big enough amount of money for a goddamn headline. You know? That's what they wanted for. Thank you. Thank you for the bless you. And so they've set up this like crazy big amount of money. And it feels like that's what happened in the office. They came up with the amount of money that they needed. They were like, what's the number that looks really good on the headline? $1 million. Cool. How do we justify $1 million? And they went from there. And that's why we have 120 panels just to compete with a total of 200 panels just to qualify for the winning. That's why we have like basically everything that's happening here, right? They were like, what's a big enough number? $1 million. How do we justify it? Make them work harder, take more rights, put the screws to people more, and it makes sense. It makes complete fucking sense. The question is whether this is going to pay off because I have this theory, right? And I'm just going to open Miro because actually, wait, let me see if. Okay, cool. Anyway, there's an app for Paint online, and I was like, maybe it works still. So I have this theory, right, guys? I have this theory that when it comes to contests, right? When it comes to contests, I don't know why I need to make it white. There's like a graph, right? This is attention. Sorry, no, this is attention. Fuck it. No, I don't want this to be attention. Wait. This is money spent, right? And this is attention. And I have this theory. I have this very simple, very basic ass theory that like when a contest is happening, right? When a contest is happening, there's like a number where you start off and it just keeps getting you more attention, right? And then there's like a point you reach where the attention doesn't increase at all, no matter how much additional money you spend. And I think there's a point you reach where you lose attention because you spend too much money. Like, I think this is a legitimate graph of how like mentally it works in people's heads, right? There's an amount of money where everyone's like, this is stupid. Like an example for that for me is Beast Games. I was super interested in Beast Games and he said how much money Beast Games had and I just clocked out mentally. And I couldn't be bothered to care. Because I was like, this is stupid. This is dumb. Why would you spend this much money like this? Like, I know that maybe that's just a me thing, but I'm just saying this is what I think. This is how I think. It's not the bell curve. Fuck off. It's not the bell curve. This is the Table Mountain curve, okay? Look at that lovely flat top. That's basically like Table Mountain, all right? This is the table curve. This is a curvy table. Yeah, Mr. Beast Games, which is like his Squid Games ripoff. But no, like this is what I genuinely think happens in the attention of people like when it comes to a contest. And so I genuinely think that like my theory is that this is real. And so this contest is going to be a big test of that, right? Because to some extent, yeah, too much money that sounds like a scam, like they're going to harvest your happiness. Somehow they're going to mess with you. And it just isn't worth it to participate, right? It's like when a job pays you too much money and you're like, I fucking hate this. Like, It pays me so much money, and I don't have anything else in my life. You know? My curve doesn't account for Morbius. My curve completely accounts for Morb. Morbius is accounted for perfectly in the curve. Always. Like, but you know what? Maybe you're right. Hold on, let me add something. So if Morbius is involved, I want everyone to understand this is how this works. If Morbius is involved, this piss yellow line, right? And like that's Morbius, okay? I think that makes sense. I think that's the Morbius line. The piss yellow line is the Morbius line. Any question? No? Good. Anyway. Thank you, Clark. What a yellow that is, too. The concept of money is based in California, where $150 a year is still $50K a year is the middle class salary. To some extent, or I think you're right. But I also wonder if their concept of money is actually they're trying to like. Okay, this is like a stupid thing, but I thought this as soon as I saw the headline. Do you guys remember games? Do you guys watch game shows? I don't know. I live in the UK. Game shows are still like a staple thing in this country, but growing up, I watched a lot of game shows. And in the UK, game shows actually don't pay out that much money. Like I know Americans, you see that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire being a normal thing, but in the UK, most game shows pay about 50 grand or less, right? That's what we're used to here. Like you go on some really good game shows and they pay like 20 grand, if that, right? And it's actually really hard. Even our most successful game show, The Chase, only really pays like £100,000 if you're like super fucking intelligent and smart and problem solving. Otherwise, you pays nothing. Hey, Apollo. And so, like, when I saw the headline, to some extent, I was like, they're trying to be a game show. They're trying to be a game show because like the only reason in my mind offer this much money is to offer this much total money is to essentially function as a game show, function as a total game show, right? And you want people to clock in and pay attention because it's a game show. This is Beast Games. This is all of that into a webcomic contest. And they've been talking to their content creators and they've been getting them to make more content. And I won't be surprised if the Webtoon content creators start pumping out game show-like content for the contest. Right? Like, interviewing creators that are doing really well, having good numbers, talking about the upset. They did this last time with their little magazine comic thing, not Lossel's. But like, I don't know. I feel like to some extent, this is like a game. They have like some, because, okay, other part, right? Like that makes this all tie together. When you spend whatever amount of money you spend on a contest, whatever the prize pool is, the amount of money spent is always going to be double that money. Because you often spend about as much money as the prize pool costs getting everything set up. Right? So like, here's an example of what I mean. When I did Words and Pictures, the price was $1,000, right? it was $1,000 US. I spent $1,000 US just getting it ready. Like of just time and money, right? And I don't bill myself pretty high. I bill myself under minimum wage. It just did cost that much time and money and effort. And people I had to pay. And so Webtoon has easily spent a minimum of $1 million just organizing this, paying the person who's going to read all the entries, getting all the work, minimum $1 million. Yeah, the more entries, the more people pay to do the judging. And I think Webtoon is still, from what I read, although I could be remembering wrong, they're using an outsourcing company, and I suspect it's the same outsourcing company they used for the last couple contests, which is this company out in Texas. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything comes together. But I just wanted to put those thoughts out into your mind, right? Do I think you should enter? No. But I never think you should enter a Webtoon contest. Yeah, preliminary judging has always been outsourced. That's always been a thing. They can't read thousands of comics as a company. There's no time for that. They can't read in depth and rate thousands of comics. They're not me. They're not unhealthy. So like to some extent, like, when they have things like, 20% is this, 30% is that, blah, 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 blah. And like some of it's like some numerically calculatable value. Like if you look at the FAQ, opening 1 second. If you look at the FAQ, right around, no, this. Here, right around, where is it? Where did I see this? Here. See this audience appeal and engagement bit that's 40%, right? This bit here is calculated by a robot. Like there's a company out there that's going to just add all the numbers together and tell them like how good people did in terms of whatever the engagement calculation is. They've always outsourced it to that company. This will then like cut off like the bottom like 30% or something. And like then the rest of it will be judged to some extent through this. And then there's like a set amount of it that'll be sent to Webtoon. I'm not saying they don't do the work, by the way. I'm just saying they don't do as much work as you think they do. They don't read 3,000 entries. They read like 1,000 entries, which is still a lot, but it's a lot less. I don't think that's a bad thing, by the way. I think that's a completely reasonable, normal thing to do. Like, this is too much work to do and also do your other jobs. Especially if you're working in a California startup style company. Yeah, you can cut a bunch of stuff just on art quality alone, So there is a lot to unpack there. And like, so like for Webtoon, there's just a lot of things they know they can get rid of. And it's very reasonable to do so. But yeah, that's everything I want to talk about there. But I want to actually touch a little bit more on this through this next news piece. Guys, the Korean Webtoon industry made $1.5 billion in 2023. You might be like, where's the 2024 article? Well, in large part, that takes a while to come out, right? EP podcast host Yon. I always EP on. I EP on because it's like really late, and I usually tucker myself out at the beginning of the stream. But let's pay attention, right? Webtoon, this is an attempt to total as much as possible. But in 2023, Webtoon had a 20% jump in Webtoons as an industry in Korea had a 20% jump in value. Remember, this does not add 20% jump in overall like revenue made. This does not add anything like how the US industry is doing anywhere else. But what I'm just getting at is Korean Webtoons are making a lot of money. A lot of money. I should hydrate, shouldn't I? I don't have any water. They're making a lot of money, and the industry is like richer than ever. And 2024 was a record year as well. It was more money than the year before. I'm pretty sure about that. Especially with Webtoon going public, a lot of money flowed into the industry, more than usual. So 2025 is going to be an interesting, rough, but I think also a very rough year. 2025 is going to be pretty bad. I hate to say this. Okay. So I'm going to make my prediction now this early in the game. I think this is going to be the worst year on record for webcomics. And I'm going to explain my thought process. And maybe you think I'm stupid, but you didn't miss too much, Neon. I was mostly faffing about. Maybe you think I'm stupid, but hear me out. Here's my thought process. 2025 is going to be the worst year on record for comics, for webcomics specifically, because the industry is reaching in like the era of enshittification. If you don't know what that is, I'll give you the long and short. Platforms always make their platform enticing for users and creators because they want people to get on. Then the platform becomes enticing for brands, and they make things shittier to work more with brands. Then when the brands and the users are all on the platform, the platform becomes shittier so that it can appease shareholders. That's enshittification. Webtoon has done the user bit pretty well. They're doing the brand bit right now, and the shareholders are banging on the fucking door, right? The shareholders are willing to sue them, and I'm actually still looking into the Webtoon lawsuit. Everything should have resolved around 4th of January this year. If anyone has any information on it, I would appreciate it. A lot of the articles are locked behind the US regional wall, and I'm just having trouble finding them. Anyway, back to my point. The way everything is basically going right now, Webtoon is trying to integrate more with brands. You see that more with the brand work that they've been doing, right? You see that more with the inclusion of like more advertising than ever in comic form. Even with the Monster Hunter thing, right? And so the question really is how long do we have before we hit proper intensification? And I'm suspecting it's going to start this year. I'm suspecting we're going to start seeing a certain amount of pullback on things that we care about to an extent, as they spend more and more money on appeasing more and more shareholders. And I want to say this, I'm clarifying, this is for the English-speaking market alone. I think that every other market is going to have a better year than ever this year, because Webtoon is going to be spending more money there, because Webtoon is trying to justify rest of the world valuation, because the US valuation is really low, and they're hoping that if they can get the rest of the world apart from the US doing well, they can like justify a lot of their operations in like Thailand, Indonesia, places like that where they don't really make much money. So that's what I'm thinking that it's going to be. I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry if I sound like I'm being a doomer, but I have a next point that's not so doomery. I think this is going to be the best year for anybody trying to start a collective, if they have the right kind of thought process in terms of their implementation. And that's hard, right? But I think with last year's ass showing of Hiveworks to an extent, people have realized that collectives are not the be-all, end-all good thing in society. They're looking for collectives that seem to have their better interests at heart. And also, more importantly, have a monetary plan that makes fucking sense and allows creators to still feel like that their comics are individual pieces of IP that matter, right? Hiveworks is great and does a lot of good work in a lot of ways, but Hiveworks has its own problems in terms of it never seeming to be pushing IPs really far and not doing a high degree of IP development for the sake of reducing bandwidth stretching and focusing more on keeping the company running and keeping the company growing. Not a bad thing, not even an evil thing, but it's a thing that is noticeable, and growth is a very important thing for webcomics to experience. And so I think that someone's going to try and run a collective, probably badly, that tries to do the growth part of the Hiveworks thing, but may not have all the other parts of it. The growth part I just talked about, but may not have all the other things that Hiveworks does really well thought out. Why do I think it's going to be a share for webcomics, Dia? Money be tight. Money be tight. Easiest way to say it. No, yeah, collectives are hard to run in capitalism. In capitalism, collectives are dumb. But I think they're only dumb because the way collectives are run right now, there's only two versions of it. Collectives where all the power is on one section, and collectives where some of the power is with some people. All the power is with some people, sorry. No, I'm so wrong. Collectives where all power is with some people, and collectives where all the power is with everyone. And both of those have a lot of drawbacks. When all the power is with everyone, people are very flaky. They don't make decisions. And that's not inherently a bad thing, because it means that the company gets to operate in a way that works for as many people as possible. But it means that there's no decisive person who's going to go out there, make a plan, because everyone's too busy worrying about their bag. Reasonable. When collectives have all the control in one place, it has its own problem, right? Because if the leaders are dumb, causes issues. Is there a better solution? I'm sure there's some like hybrid solution that works, but I'm just saying like it ain't great right now. And I don't think it's bad. I just think it ain't great. And I think this year is going to be an interesting year where people are going to try and test out and see if this collective thing is all it's cracked up to be. You know, if it can make more money, if it can do better, if it can be a better force in capitalism. I don't know. Other predictions based on this, on the couple of things we talked about, the contest and Korean Jungong Daily, I think this is going to be Namikomi's year. I don't say this very often. I'm not a very big platform proponent, but I think it's going to be Namikomi's year for one reason and one reason only. Namikomi its app is ready. App is ready and going well. And I think it just needs a nice big IP. It's really bad at attracting those. But I think if somebody because I think platforms are going to treat people worse. I think people are going to leave major platforms like Webtoon. And I think like just to tie all my thoughts together, I think platforms like Webtoon is going to treat people worse because money is going to be tight. I think people are going to want to leave Webtoon, and relatively big creators are going to start looking for somewhere else to go. And one of the things that people will look at is collectives. And collectives, and someone's going to get burned by a collective. But what some people are also going to look at are alternative platforms. And of all the alternative platforms, the only one that seems to want to accommodate a creator really, is Namikomi. Tapas is not an unsupportive platform, but they're going through their own internal changes, and I do not think they are doing enough. Namikomi's app, I used it recently. It looked very ready. And so if one big IP shows up this year, I think it could be the difference that really gets them visible to readers in a real way. And I think that does Namikomi auto strip? I don't know. I haven't checked. And I think that a lot of the other platform competitors are going to die out, like Dilly Hub. Dilly Hub's done. I don't even know why that still exists as an app, but Dilly Hub should be done. I think Lemon may not make it. I don't think they would. Yeah. I might make a platform. I don't know yet, though. I don't remember. Let me open my phone. 1 second. No, you're right. It was done. It was done. I do have too much to do. I have all the apps on my phone, by the way. Like even the ones that don't work anymore, I still have Graphite. Guys, I still have Graphite comics on my phone. I have the 2 versions of the Voice Me app. I have Story Grounds, which Dilly Up's done. The app doesn't work. I have the Story Grounds app, but I don't. Story Grounds is such a dumb concept. I don't know what they're doing. You know what? I think it's also going to be this year. I think this is going to be the year of gay content. Well, I mean, every year is the year of gay content. But I think for realsies, all the big gay comics have had their TV shows and their animus, and like everything's got to calm down. Everything's calmed down. I think this year is going to be the year where we get like a new big gay IP. I don't know. For some reason, I'm feeling that one. That one has no big basis. I just feel like this is the year we get a new big gay IP. I'm looking for it. Every year has been the gay year. The year of the gay. It's like the year of the snake, but like terrifying. They're like actually terrifying. Oh yeah. I don't know. These are like some predictions. Guys, I want to say an additional thing. The Manji game is coming out this year. The Let's Play game. I'm going to be playing the beta next week, by the way. If you want to see me play a visual novel, next week I'm going to be playing the Manji Let's Play beta of her game. The open beta is out, so I'll be playing it. Just so you know. But more importantly, I think the Let's Play game is going to be a big litmus test if it comes out this year. If it comes out this year. But like fully, or like the full version comes out this year. Because here's what I'm thinking. There's not a lot of Webtoon based games, and all the ones that exist have gone through Webtoon, right? They've gone through Webtoon. They've gone through bigger companies. The game Monji is making, I've completely forgotten what it's called. But the game Monji is making is basically all her and a team she hired, right? There's no big backer that is anything but her and the Kickstarter. And so Everdate, that's what it's called Everdate. And so I think I have this weird theory that like, because if it does well, if it does really well, we're going to see creators making more of their own games. Yeah. Oh, I do read Money Game. I should say I read Money Game a lot, so I did know about this. Right? I already read Money Game, and let me just make sure it's the one I think it is. Is it the one I think it is? Yeah. It's the one. It's the one. I think the show, like the show's called like the H Show or something, right? Or something like that. It's finished. It's completed. It's a completed webtoon, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it's called the H Show. Yeah. It's a completed webtoon. You can go read it. There's a huge, vibrant visual novel development community, but I don't mean just visual novels. I think we're going to see like the solo leveling game that came out. I think we're going to see more creators, like indie creators, writing a comic, making a game. Like that's going to be an interesting thing to see, right? Like making a game that isn't just a visual novel. Not say visual novels are lesser, just more of them. There's lots of unemployed indie game devs right now, but the industry tanking itself. Like one of the things that always happens during big times of massive layoffs is that we get a lot of indie projects made by people who have nothing better to do, right? Have nowhere else to go, nothing else they could be doing right now. And I think that's what we're going to see coming up into the year, with comics becoming as big as they are in the mainstream, comic artists wanting to have some form of forward development for their IP that doesn't involve selling it to a big company. And so many game devs are out of work. So many game devs are out of work. Like it's nuts. So I don't know. I'm seeing that coming up on the horizon. Yeah, I mean, I understand. I understand. I'm working on a game again now. I'm trying to finish a game from 2 years ago. Yeah, it's very sad. So it's I don't know. I'm looking at the forward here, and like as much as I know there's so many bad things coming up, at least I feel like so many bad things coming up. I think we're gonna have a lot of good things coming up as well, and I think a lot of it's gonna be based on this, the fact that fundamentally the webcomic industry is making a lot of money. The industry as a whole makes money hand over fist, and so really, um, the smaller creators, the indie market, is going to want a bigger piece of that pie, and they're going to take it by figuring out ways to basically make money the way the big guys make it, but on a scale that more fits them. Do I think it will work though? I don't know. I don't know. And yeah, those are my big predictions. Oh, Webtoon stock is going to hit $20 for one day. That's my big prediction. That's my huge prediction. I wanted to hit $20 so I can make my money back. Ah, I need to break even. Do you know how much money I lost? Look, I'm going to show you guys this. Do you know how much money I lost on the Webtoon stock? And then I went and guys, pocket watch me. This is like, look at how bad it is. Look at how, oh man, this is year to date. Look at how bad it is, dude. Like it fell off a fucking cliff after one investor meeting and it has never recovered. It has never recovered. One investor meeting where they said, we didn't make 40 billion extra dollars. We made 40 million extra dollars this quarter. We made 20 million extra dollars this quarter. And then it fell off a cliff. And then now they're making that 40 million extra dollars and nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. It's the most boring roller coaster ride on earth. You know what's worse? I lost money on Nintendo. How? I I lost money on Nintendo. My Nintendo investments also lost me money because the Switch 2 announcement came out, but because it didn't say AI, everybody fucking dropped it in the stock market. I hate investors. They're literally insane. I'm so tired. This is the worst. Indeed, wow. I need to get over myself. I should be clear. I don't care about this money. This money isn't even Patreon money. It's just money I have for this very specific task. You know, like I don't really give a shit, but I do want to complain. I enjoy complaining. No, for both. For both, yes. I am not the complaint. The money, the Nintendo money is the Webtoon money. I pulled it out so I could make a little bit extra, so I could buy more Webtoon stock. And then I forgot to sell when the video came out, so I lost $3. That $3 ain't going anywhere. It's so dumb. Oh, actually, can I show you guys this? No, I can't. Oh, yes. I actually have one announcement to make. I'm going to take it. Wait, before you leave, let me make the announcement, then you can fuck off. Quick announcement. This is a Webcomics Hub announcement. 1 second. This is just about me. Right? I'm going to the Suicide Forest. Listen. One, if you want to add fan art, all the fan art goes there on the left. You can be involved. But two, and more importantly, I'm looking for artists right now. I'm looking for artists. You see, I have this series I'm working on this year called Learning from the Masters. Once a month, every month to the end of the year, I want to work with one creator to help me make a comic all live on stream. I don't know how to draw, but you're not gonna draw. I'm gonna draw. You're gonna teach me how to do all the drawing bits I need to make a comic. Okay? You're gonna teach me on stream how to do all the drawing bits that help me make a comic. Right? Right. I did a little bit of drawing last year, but basically the way it's gonna go is I'm going to start with, yeah, I know. They're gonna teach me how to draw. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna draw all year. And by the end of the year, by the end of the 12 streams, I would have made exclusively on stream at most three page comic. Okay? At most a 3-page comic. That's the goal. Now, you might be thinking, Nan, you can't fucking do that. You can't do any of that. What the fuck are you talking about, buddy? You might be right. Oh my God, wait. Mike? Oh no. Oh no. So dumb. You might be thinking, Nan, you can't do that. That's not what you're built for. You're not that guy, buddy. You're not that guy, you know? And you might be right. You might be absolutely right. But shut up. Yeah, I have Nendrome. I got Nendrome. I still have it on my thing. It's all in here. All the fan art goes in there. No. So the goal isn't to be good at it. I just need to make a comic. I already have somebody lined up to help me with character design, to teach me character design. I'm going to have somebody lined up to teach me how to like draw backgrounds. The goal is by the end of the year, I have a full comic, at most 3 pages. Were cows a theme? No, I have a cow problem. It's just a cow thing. I'm kind of obsessed with cows. It's complicated. It's a story that starts from a time that doesn't even matter. With a person I don't even talk to anymore. But yeah. Like the whole goal is to get to the end of the year making a comic. If you want to teach me on one of these streams, just DM me on Discord. Please be good. Like, it'd be helpful if you were better than me, which is not hard. But it would be very helpful if you were much better than me. I need to make a good comic by the end of the year. And you might be asking me, Nen, why do you want to do this? Easy. The same reason I started learning how to draw. Literally because fuck AI bros. I need to prove to them that making comics does not need AI. And you can just fucking learn how to do it. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. You can teach me however you want to teach me. We will discuss the things you will talk about, but you get to teach me however you want. You can make me draw a circle 100 times if you want to. I'll draw the fucking circle. I won't complain. I'm not a complainer. Like, I know I do a stream where I show up and complain once a week, but I actually, when it comes to getting stuff done, I'm not a complainer. I just do things. So, if it sounds like fun for you, and you want to advertise yourself, and all of them are gonna be on stream. Like, I'm only gonna draw on stream time, by the way. The whole goal is to prove that it can be done in like 4 times 12, like 48, like less than 5 days, of total time put together, right? 60 hours total is what I'm putting for the year. The idea that I draw 5 hours a day, 12 days a year. Right? The idea being that in 60 hours, I can go from nothing to a full comic. If we can make at least a 1-page comic by the end of the year, great. But frankly, I would love to make a 3-page. That is all. Like, if you want to do it, super happy to talk to you about it. DM me, send me a message, send me an Ask FM, whatever. I don't have an Ask FM. I lied. Oh, and second announcement, also in the Suicide Forest, really quick. I'm still looking for a manga letterer. I need a manga letterer. This is not for a job. I need you for an interview about how you letter manga. Please be a manga letterer that has actually worked on manga, especially if you've done scanlating or official translating. That would be awesome. Because I would love to talk to you about how you do what you do. Please, it's important. It's for learning and teaching. I've got 2 people who have responded to me, and they've both actually flicked on me, and I hate them. The 2 people I've talked to have flicked on me. I hate them. So I need better people. I don't have a Curious Cat. I think Curious Cat is stupid. So I think asks are dumb. I do have a Tumblr. But yeah, did I see the person you sent? Did you send me a person? When did you send me a person, Kylie? Oh yeah. Oh, I did see that. I never DM'd them. I'm just really lazy. I'm sorry. You DM'd me that like at the end of the year last year, and I just didn't do it. Christmas is a really hard time for me to get anything done. Look behind me. There's no one behind me. I live alone. Anyway. Yeah, those are my 2 big announcements, really. Back to work. So, can we talk a little bit about memeification really quickly? Memeification. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about what's behind me. I'm talking about Queen Never Cry. But I also want to talk about the fact that, like, no, it was when I asked for them. I just legitimately, I'm really bad at getting stuff done. I'm sorry, Kylie. But I want to talk about Queen Never Cry. I want to talk about memeification. I want to talk about the fact that, like, the language of what gets made and what does well for a really long time. I was really happy that let me start from this. I was really happy TikTok was going to get banned because the language about what was doing well in society for a long time has been dictated by the TikTok algorithm. And I did not enjoy that. I did not enjoy how creators had to basically memeify their content. I did not enjoy how artists, hold on, let me actually look up a meme of Queen Never Cry for the stream. I did not enjoy how artists had to like basically kowtow to the media, to the meme. Nobody could just like be, dude. It was weird. It was weird. I think it was weird. Say it happened to music too, Mark. Yeah, you're so right, Mark. Right? It happened to music too. And this is a problem. This is a fundamental problem because like it basically meant that the language of what we enjoyed was entirely algorithmically driven. There was nothing we enjoyed that was something that was just that we could just naturally enjoy and discover, right? And it bugged me. It bugged me a lot. It's not the kind of, I don't think that's the problem with the entire internet page. Like, I mean, like, I think you're about as old as me, Paige, maybe a little younger. But like, you remember a time when the internet wasn't algorithms on feeds. Like, that existed in your lifetime and mine, right? There was, and it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago. Like, 2012 isn't that long ago. There was a time when like what we discovered was naturally discovered through sharing by your friends, but it wasn't through whatever an algorithm dictated. All it was the people in your circle shared it with you. Yeah, you remember what I'm talking about. People in your circle shared it with you, and the things your circle shared are what you saw. And that was it. Now algorithms literally dictate what you see. Like, sometimes I open TikTok and it shows me a video that I would never like because it doesn't care. And what's annoying is TikTok's going through enshittification, because so sometimes I watch videos on TikTok and it's just ads. It's ads from the TikTok shop. All I'm saying is the algorithm has dictated like a certain kind of content does well on TikTok. And it's always been trending audio and memed visuals. That's what it's been. And there's no way to escape it. There's no way to discover anything outside of that space without going out of your way to do so. Before, it wasn't like that. It used to be that you found things because people brought them to you, but you found things without having to go that far out of your way. It wasn't what was always popular in the zeitgeist. Hell, sometimes the stuff that was really popular in your circle was popular nowhere else in the world. Like, I remember me and some friends got really obsessed with sloths for like a year. And nobody cared. Like, it wasn't a popular social media thing. But on Facebook, we saw this sloth thing. So we made a Facebook group about sloths, and we like ran International Association of Battle Sloths for a bit. That's probably going to out who I am, but whatever. My point I'm getting at is like the non-chronological, algorithmically driven feeds have basically put us in an environment where memeification is the only thing that determines your popularity. And I really wanted TikTok to get banned because it would remove this to some extent. To an extent, it would get rid of this and change the way we engage with media. But sloths don't make money. Yeah. Sloths really don't make money. That is the problem, Kylie. Thank you for telling us as a class. It's upsetting to me, I guess. Maybe I'm old and dumb, but it is upsetting to me, right? I don't know. Found this footage of a Norwegian girl singing about hot dogs with my friends, and it was the biggest thing for us for that year. It has like 2K views. It was literally just us. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, this is what the internet was before TikTok, before algorithmically driven feeds. And now with TikTok, with YouTube Shorts, with all of that stuff, I can't discover anything anymore. But it also means that readers can't discover anything anymore. And I think it's really affecting comics in a way that we have not been paying attention to. Because Webtoons were trying to implement their own algorithm, and they're bad at their jobs. But essentially, because they're bad at their jobs, internally as a company, because they don't really have a good algorithm on their platform that can recommend content to you in a meaningful way that is engaging to a user, users only engage with the top level stuff on Webtoon, and whatever becomes a fucking meme. And that's it. That's all they engage with. That's all they read. That's all they consume. Whatever does well on Webtoon already, and whatever becomes a fucking meme, and nothing in between. There is no in between for that. There is no universe that they look at literally anything else. Isn't that weird? If I feel far away from it all because I don't use TikTok, no, that's totally fine, Gleamy. I understand. It kind of made me sad because a lot of people rely on that for their community and jobs, especially since it kind of turned into, sorry, I was reading something. I clicked the wrong place. It kind of turned into a library of sorts that just disappeared overnight. Yeah, like it's just, I don't know. It's weird. I do like TikTok for other reasons, but yeah, trying to get your comic discovered on there is hard without doing memes or using popular soundbites. No, it is incredibly difficult. The companies have kowtowed to it. And because it's going through shittification, half of what people are going to see are ads. So basically, people are crawling through ads. And unless you have like a social media marketer who can sit down and really work on memifying your content, you don't get clicks. You don't get seen. And that's upsetting. Like, one of the things, so one of the reasons I make jokes over so often about starting my own platform is because I think a collective platform where somebody just does the work of advertising your shit is such a big help. Like does the work, like the real work, not like the shitty work of I posted it on Twitter. Like the real work of like, oh, I read your comic and I made this meme and we did this video. Like, I don't know. These are the things that I think matter. I don't know. It's added a new problem of people not knowing about Canvas comics. So many posts have Reddit complain about comics being boring and repetitive, but in the same post, they admit they only ever see the front page. Yeah, no, Jenny, you're so right. Also, that's like so poorly formatted. Anyway, Jenny, you're so right. And like, I'm, I'm like the head mod of the Webtoon subreddit now. And like one of the things I want to push is people reading Canvas comics. But also, what is happening? I think we can still do this, but I just think it's just like somebody has to step up, and either no one else wants to, or the people that do are tired of stretch thin. I mean, I think the people that do are tired of stretch thin. Like it's hard, right? Like you can't advertise everything, and not everything is going to do well. Like the reality is, most things aren't very good, right? And like I think that's okay to admit and be honest about. I don't know. Like, am I being weird when I say that? I don't think so. I think most things aren't very good. Oh, Webcomic Library is actually not the one by X Hiveworks people. Webcomic Library is by a friend of the show, Luna, who's like super awesome. I say friend of the show to just mean my friend. But yeah, it's by like an actual friend who is a good person. Who I hope hasn't changed their friggin' Discord name and I didn't say the wrong one. But I do think it's Luna. Yeah, the webcomic travel log is very different. It's like a whole different deal. Wait. Gleamy, what the hell are you talking about? Gleamy, what are you talking about? You're losing your mind. Wait, no, not Gleamy. I meant to say Sim. Sim is losing their mind. What are you talking about here in this post? What do you mean at this point I'm going to keep making stuff? If you want to hop on, come on. Is that like an attack on me as a person? What are you trying to say, Sim? You're so rude and mean and evil and short. Oh, but advertising, that's valid. I just wanted to say, sometimes I just start fights. People say things, and I'm just like, I don't like how you said that. Let me just start a fight real quick. So I put you in your place. But no, I think it's really bad that like content can't exist without being memed. I think that sucks. And I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do about it because like I have tried to get people to understand. I don't even understand. I try to get people to understand like the mechanics of social media to an extent and how to market on it. But they clearly like it's not just something that you can do and learn and do. It's something that you can learn and do overnight. It takes a lot of practice, and not everyone has time for that shit. Right? Give me views so I can make $5. Fair enough. And also, yeah, some people's stuff is so niche that like no amount of marketing is going to get it to the right people unless like it's consistent, concerted, constant work in one direction. You know, I think that's also very difficult. Discovering the thing that's going to get your comic seen is hard. I don't know. I'm thinking about this a lot. And then I don't know. I was like going to say something. I was like, whatever. I hate that you essentially have to work an entire job for a hobby sometimes. Like I'm tired, grandpa. I know. I mean, we complain about it all the time, but like, I just don't like the way, like, before the algorithm, I could be like, just look up some platforms, post on there, and things will work out eventually. With the algorithm, it's like, no, fuck you. That's not how that works no more. I mean, Kylie, all you're talking about is a collective, idiot. I just read what Lux tells me to. She's my algorithm curator. She's my algorithm curator too. Sometimes she DMs me things that scare me. I should send her a message. I've been so busy with work and my voice hasn't been working. Like I'm losing my voice as we speak. It's the worst. I mean, it should be a rule. I think communities only work when everyone really like mutually supports each other, even if they don't want to, even if they hate the other people in the community. I don't know. Um, oh, shut up, dude. Like you can't say after all that. Like you gotta, like you gotta keep. Like I just think it's fair. I think it's fair. What the fuck was I gonna say before you interrupted me with your bullshit? No, like I don't know. I think as a community, creators have always been going in the right direction of supporting each other, right? Like we put a lot of time into this. We work really hard to support and pull each other up. The creators have always done that. But I just think that there's something that could be done. Like one of the things I tried doing for a little bit was making videos slash shorts that focused on advertising comics and doing posts about it. But that doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like it doesn't work unless you're a specific kind of creator. So I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll try and become that kind of creator. That's what I've been doing since last year. And so I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna work out. Like I can't solve the world's problems, even if I want to solve the world's problems. But also, the world's problems are really fucking annoying. Like pretend it's a hate video, but secretly be nice. Just be like, just be like, freaking uh, someone to watch over me is horrible smut. That's why the creator is going to hell. Just make nice ones in the tone of hate videos. I don't even know how to do that. I feel like I only know how to sound hateful when I'm hateful. I can't do the like pretend hateful shit because then I would just immediately flip around to sounding like I love this thing. I don't know. Also, it seems like indie manga is also making more money. Like, it seems like indie manga is also having this trouble with like advertising, but it's also making more money. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I feel like we're missing something. I missed the I'm feeling lucky. Is it gone? Wait. What? If I go to google.com, are you telling me that like, yeah, it's still there. Shut up. Don't say that. Oh, I flipped the coin. I flipped the coin. Holy shit. Yeah, like no, it's still there. I clicked on it. I came here and I was like, I clicked on it and then it brought. Wait, what's happening? Oh, where's the I'm feeling lucky button? It's gone. Oh, there it is. I'm feeling artistic. Oh, it's lovely. I mean, it takes way more because like the attention economy means that like a lot of things actually cost people something to engage with. It's no longer like it wasn't like it's no longer the idea of like I'm going to read this thing. It's only going to be 5 minutes of my time, right? Now it's like I'm going to read this thing. Oh, it's going to be 5 minutes of my time. I don't know. Like I don't know. I think that's what a lot of people mentally get to. I've noticed this behavior. And I was wondering what it was, but it makes sense. I do it too. Because sometimes at my job, my kids start talking, and the conversation is going to take longer than 30 seconds, and I just cut them off before they go anywhere. Nostalgia baiting has also become a thing, unfortunately. Trying new things is even harder now. Yeah, it is. And I think a lot of people also find it cringe to try new things for no reason, just because they're pathetic. It's weird. I don't know. It's really weird. It's really weird. The behavior is odd. I don't even know what you can do about that. But I'm sure there's some complicated fucking solution. I just don't know what it is. I say complicated, probably a simple solution. I just don't know what it is. Because I think about this like a lot, and I still haven't thought of anything that like makes sense as like a real problem-solving thing. The only thing I've thought of that really bugs me about like getting attention on your comic is that of all the platforms, only one of them has a mobile app that's good. And the other one's kind of coming along. The other two don't really. The other like 2 or 3 or whatever don't really have good mobile apps. And that's like a big point of engagement. Like they don't have good mobile apps. They don't have readers. The one that has readers has an app that is built to basically only show you surface level things and nothing else. I don't know. Like it's hard to get attention because the platforms are against us. The algorithm is against us, and the readers are overly precious of their time. Like it's not an easy fight to fight, right? I don't know. Oh yeah. Webtoon has been trying to get me to agree to the new terms of service, and I've been clicking "I'll do it tomorrow" for like a few months now. But I just needed I only realized that it was happening because yesterday I needed to read Blackbird. Is the GC app good? I can't comment on the GC app. Like I just can't say anything about it. Yeah, power users are very different kinds of people though. Like power users are not the global com. I don't know. I don't know if I should say anything. Like whatever. I said all this stuff when I worked there. The Global Comics app has like real fundamental problems with it. Problems that like affect users in a way that I don't think anybody at the company has had time to really examine. You know, and I don't know how to like get that across, really. But like the first thing that really hit me every time I use it. No, I've updated. I'm up to date. Like in a lot of ways, they've fixed a lot of the typical problems that the platform has. But like here's one of the problems that it has for me. Anytime somebody updates, even if you haven't read their comic in a long time, if you've read a comic at any point or left a comment on any comic, it will ping you in the notifications. It still does this. 6 days ago, Kylie updated Someone to Watch Over Me. I'm subscribed to that. Page updated about a week ago, right? But and like some of the people I follow updated too. But also like I'm getting updates about somebody commenting on the Invincible Compendium. I don't read. I haven't read I read it once, maybe twice. I think I left a comment on there. That's it. Um, the entire like top of the feed is like is stuff like Batman right now because I know the DC pickup happened a little bit ago, which is really great. And they do try to put creators in the top banner and stuff, but like a lot of the top banner, almost the entire top banner, is like published content. And when you're a creator, when you're a reader that isn't interested in that, I think that pushes you away really easily because it makes you see only like published content, right? Um, they created a channels system where you can like go and basically read only. I don't even know how to explain it. Where you can go and basically only read like a certain kind of content, and one of the channels is the vertical is what they call their verticals, which is like where all the vertical content is now. And I don't even. I don't have fun on it. it's leaned into their large publisher stuff. That's totally okay. That's totally reasonable. If it's what's making money, I completely get it. But it means that like for anyone that's not a reader that focuses on that stuff, this isn't interesting. It's not to say that other content doesn't do well on the platform. It's very obvious other content does well on the platform. Like when I looked at the most popular comic, one of the most popular comics right now on the entire platform in this week isn't Invincible or anything. It's this comic called Dr. Megalo, which seems to be a what you call it? What's that stupid game, Toby Fox game, Undertale fan comic, right? And there's Love in Ruins, which is like by a creator called Fletch. But like, even that creator is getting at most like 500 views in their newest chapter. Okay, this is 9 hours ago. 3,000 views in their chapter. So, yeah. I don't know how much that's going to count for. Are we like fighting me because I said I called Unordinary a stupid game? I said Unordinary. Undertale. And I'm losing it. Undertale, a stupid game. Yeah, actually, I don't like Undertale very much. I don't think it's like a bad game. I just completely forgot what it was. Leave me alone. Yeah, I understand their motivations for the decision. It just means that creators won't focus on it as much. And I don't think that really matters to them right now because their focus is where it is because of the money they need to make. At the end of the day, a company needs to make profit. I'm not here to complain. Maybe they refocus on creators later, but right now, that's not what they're doing. Well, yeah, I don't know. I came into the year think, okay, I'm gonna like kind of wrap this up because I wanna drink some soda. I wanna like go to bed. But I came into the year 2025 after looking at all the news, thinking, wondering how this is gonna play out. And I talked to people who are working in comics. And I look at the Webtoon contest and I look at everything going on. And I just think, fuck, this is ass. Like this is ass. Nothing's going anywhere. Right? Nothing's going anywhere. Nothing's doing anything. In the way I think that helps. The contest is a little bit exploitative. The company that's running it is going to likely engage in shadification pretty soon, in my opinion. The other platforms aren't really option. The one platform I think is kind of an option doesn't have enough users, so I'm basically hoping for a Hail Mary to happen for them. The industry's making more money than ever, but there's not enough creators making money, which means creators need to figure out a way to make more money, which means they need to like start basically working a full-time job, but they're hobby. And collectives aren't doing so hot, but it's not because they're bad. It's because there's no collective that wants to do the capitalism well. I don't know. Yeah, Webtoon literally always favors comics that are full color. That's their whole thing, dude. Full color is their thing. Like Webtoon doesn't take black and white submissions as an originals. As far as like, I don't think they have in ages. Even if it's a limited color palette, they want color. So, yeah, it is literally a requirement, isn't it, Conto? Yeah, I wasn't sure. I didn't want to say that because I wasn't sure. But it is literally a requirement. Like they ain't fucking with you. Like if you don't got that full color, you know, as Big Sean says, I don't fuck with you. Right? People don't want to do a capitalism, but you got to do a capitalism to make this worth anything. To make this worth a damn. If you want to make a difference, you got to do a capitalism. You gotta, I think. If the artists who are running collectives don't want to do capitalism, then they're never going to stop being artists running a collective that makes no money. And I think that's unfair to themselves and to the wider industry. I don't know. No, I think worth is a very easy to categorize thing in terms of comics. More readers and more readers. Having more readers is one of the only things that makes your comic like that like increases your comic's worth. Because you can draw as amazing as you want. You can be the greatest artist in the world. If no one ever sees it, you didn't make anything. Because like, and I'm not saying that because I don't believe making it in and of itself is a good thing. I'm saying that because in the world of art, most of us make because to some extent we have a little bit of narcissism and we want people to see what we make. And like anything that increases that is good for us because it feeds the narcissism that made us make the comic in the first place. No, yeah, I understand what you're saying. It doesn't always have to make money. I agree with you, but money is a byproduct. Money is not the focus. The focus is more readers. The money is a byproduct. It's an incidental. And I worried that like no one wants to do the capitalism, and that's bad. They don't want to gain the incident. They don't want to gain the main product. They're not even motivated by the incidental. That's worrying. I don't know. Yeah, imagine some rich guy giving me a shit ton of money to just make my comic. You should bring back patrons. There are still patrons. That's why we have Patreon. Some rich guy is going to give you a shit ton of money to make their comic at some point. You just haven't asked them to do it. Also, you haven't like, this is the other thing. I think a lot, and I think the last thing I want to touch on that like really came to mind as I'm wrapping up is like, creators need to like have a new gimmick, my guy. Like I was watching this guy I was watching these VODs of this kid that used to be popular on Twitch. I don't know if he still is, but he used to wear like a spaceman helmet when he streamed, and people thought he was going to be the next big streamer or whatever. I don't know what happened to him, but like when I see that kid, when I think it's a kid, I think it's really weird how creators don't innovate very often in the way that they engage with media. Like there's obviously all these other reasons why things are against us, but we don't really seem to like embrace some kind of new way of getting our comic out there, or even getting our comic, or even making our comic. I don't know, maybe because it's a really big cost and there's no guarantee of benefit. But I don't know. I hope 2025 is the year where I see more interesting new comic idea makers. You know, I just want to see more of that. I want to go back to 2000. Basically, I want to go back to 2015, where every comic creator was was making vignettes every chapter in hopes of capturing an audience. What sort of thing am I thinking? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. This was something different. I want a creator that like makes a comic that's like all about real people, and it's all like it's a memeification of like a real situation that happened, and like they put it on TikTok and put it on Webtoon. I want maybe another political. There was this political Webtoon on there was a political comic on Webtoon. Forget what it was called, but it used to cover like the election and stuff. It did it every week. It covered the election. It covered like every piece of political news every week. And it would be interesting to see if somebody would try and bring that back. Political comics are a big part of the comic industry, but we don't have anything like that on the web as such. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying we don't have anything as such, like on Webtoon at least. You know, where's somebody drawing their comic and like they're like literally like on Twitch and they're drawing their comic and they've got a nude model, like just on Twitch. Like they follow the rules to make sure she can be on Twitch, but they basically got like a nude model, and they're like, yeah, she's gonna be in my comic. Like I'm not saying these are all like good things per se. I'm just saying that nobody's doing anything on purpose to be sensationalist, and it's not because anyone's bad at what they do. I would just be interested in seeing if sensationalism will change something, and I would love to see a sensationalist creator because I don't know, it interests me. I also think that might be the kind of shift we need to get a little bit more of other people's attention. I don't know. Maybe you disagree. Maybe you think I'm fucking crazy. You can tell me. But yeah, that's my conclusion. I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm being unfair, but I don't know. That's my thought. I know you want to stay in your corner, but like, is it so bad to ask you to like eat a raw chicken on Maine? Am I a villain for wanting to watch you consume raw chicken on television while you draw your while you draw your webtoon? I don't know. Like, okay. Here's my other thought. Where's the creator making fan films of their comic? Where's the creator making fan films? Not fan animations, because this will take time. Like fan live action films. Where's that creator? I haven't met them yet. I want to meet them. You spend all this time writing and basically storyboarding a fucking movie. At the very least, record a little bit of the movie yourself. Where's the creator that's like, I know what you're saying, Dan Ray, but like if they want to make their comic well, they would be doing the other thing. Because the other thing is part of making their comic, right? Like I don't think I'm being unreasonable. Like I think fundamentally, if you want to stand out, you got to be a bit weird. And part of being a bit weird is accepting the fact that you won't be able to do exclusively drawing all the time. You got to put some time in to being weird. I don't know. Where are the comics that are made of like photos? We don't have those anymore. We used to have a lot of those back then in Webtoon. We don't got those anymore. Comics made exclusively of pictures that people take. Where are the comics that are like no, yeah, where are the Play-Doh comics? Where are the Play-Doh comics? Where are the other aspects of art that they're not doing? Who's drawing weirdo fan art of like their audience members as like one-eyed ghouls? Who's doing all the weird shit? Like there's this guy on like one of the reasons I started watching YouTube Shorts. I want to tell you guys a story. I started watching YouTube Shorts because I saw this one short. It was this guy who basically does these videos that happen on like somebody's Ring doorbell camera, right? That's the way his videos work. His videos essentially all happen on a Ring doorbell camera, right? And the Ring doorbell camera is on, and hold on one second. It's on and it records him, and he like says these realistic things, has these realistic conversations. And I saw that and I was like, fuck, YouTube Shorts might be actually really good. And then I started watching them, right? That's what got me into like short form content completely. That was it. Somebody doing something innovative with the medium that wasn't like super different, but it was fun and it was new and it was different for me. And I just don't know. Like, hey, Danny. And I just don't know where that's going. Like, I know creators don't like AI, but like, where is the creator that's like there's that creator Neuro. There's that creator, I forget his name, but his AI is called Neuro, and she like talks. And he's got her like he's programmed her to be like a really smart, intelligent AI that he talks to on stream and who watches videos with him and they like do a commentary together and stuff. And like I don't know, I'm wondering where our version of that is. I don't know. Where's our deeper evolution of content? We don't have that right now. Yeah, this Scott Falco's mascot is also a great point. You know? We also don't seem to have like, okay, I'm going to say this, and this is going to sound really bad. But where are the good porn platforms for comics? Not that I want to read them. I don't want to read them. But I want to know they exist, because that means someone's getting their bag. The only one that exists is fucking Slipshot. Like, who's making another where's the other indie porn collective, dude? Do we just have Slipshot? Is that it? Is that it? On Earth? On God's Earth? That's all we got? I don't think it's really normal to say, like, where is the porn? I think it's a very abnormal behavior to say, where's the porn? But okay. We're just lying today, I guess. Whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, okay. One of the things that I'm trying to fit into videos this year is like talking about No, I don't want, and that's it for Patreon. I mean, like a platform who focuses on doing porn and marketing porn and working with creators on it. Not one from Korea, one from the English speaking market. Like, where is that? What is that doing? Oh, okay, that's fair. No, that's reasonable. Um, you know, I don't know. It feels. I'm not saying everybody has to be a gimmick account. I'm just saying there's a reason why gimmick accounts exist. You know, I'm saying everyone's got to be a meme, but memes exist for a reason, and I wonder where those people are. I've never even got the chance to see them, and maybe I'm just not looking hard enough. I'm just thinking about it. Yeah, the artists are all in Patreon right now. Yeah, the porn is all in artist Patreons right now. You don't. You don't balance Patreon. You just don't offer very many rewards. You making content is, in most part, a reward for itself. That's how most people balance Patreon, if anything. I think I know one for the BL content. It's called Yaoi Army. No, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. They run that app called Boys Love. Yeah, they watch the stream. They're really nice people. They're lovely. They're probably going to see the section where we talk about them. They probably are seeing it right now because they're usually doing admin work when I stream. But they're lovely. People can get invested in anyone's art. Just like draw Horrid Henry, Gleamy. Also, why are there no children's artists on Webtoon? Sorry, I just want to bring this up. Webtoon is an all ages platform and nobody's making children focused content? What? No one's making like a Webtoon that's literally like, hey, I'm going to make a Webtoon for kids. Space Boy is not a fucking Webtoon for kids. Fuck off. I mean, like, for real. Like, where's Webtoon's Coco Melon, goddammit? Where's Webtoon Melon? I'm bringing all these things up because I'm like, where the fuck are they? Oh my fucking god, a Webtoon being all ages doesn't make it for children. You stupid bastard. Okay? It doesn't make it for children. It can be, I mean, it's literally for all ages. Okay? It's not for children. Space Boy is not for children, you stupid fuck. Sim and I are fighting constantly. I'm sorry, Sim. I was very rude to you. I do love you. Will you go with me to the fall formal? Yeah, they might make a Pororo webtoon. I would like to see like I don't know. I would like to see like freaking. Wait, why would you go with me to the fall formal, Sim? That's rude and weird and sad. Why are you being rude, weird, and sad? You're gonna go alone? Anyway, no. Enough memeing. I don't know. Like, there's gonna Webtoon making their own children's Webtoon would be interesting. It's like all ages is like too generic. Oh, I thought you meant Pororo or like the thing from League of Legends. Isn't that? I thought it was like the little fluff ball from League of Legends. That's what I thought you were talking about. Like, I'm asking all these questions, and you know, maybe you guys think I'm being unreasonable, but I think these are reasonable questions. Like, where are those creators? What are they doing? Why aren't they? Why aren't they bigger, more popular? We don't have enough data as to why they are. What makes popularity in Webtoon? Because not a lot of uniqueness drifts to the top. In part because of the ever wearing erosion of like this is a lot of fucking work, and in part because like I don't know. It's a very untapped market. Like Webtoon as a whole is a very untapped market because not everyone is doing innovative things, but people are doing innovative things because it's expensive to do innovative things. It's risky, high risk. But if you want to make don't, but if you want to make children's content, why go to your own site? Why not just try and see if the relatively young audience of the Webtoon platform would like it. Why don't you check? Why don't you see there'll be some generation betas in there, mogged from birth, to come and read your comic? I mean, generation beta starts this year, so really I shouldn't say that. But yeah, I don't know. I just think I think in a world where digital content is very popular, why aren't people trying? I think part of it is that sometimes children-only media can still be overtaken by an adult audience. Yeah, I agree with you, Jenny. Like, somebody could make Bluey on fucking Webtoon and it could be the biggest fucking thing. I don't know. I just like My Little Pony comes to mind. Like I don't know. I don't know why we're not seeing more of that. Like it feels weird that we don't see as much of it as we should. It feels like the market is untapped in a lot of ways because despite there being so much stuff, it's all the same fucking stuff. I don't know. Either way, I've talked about this way too long. I'm just gonna go to the forest for one last update. Please send me a message and teach me how to draw a comic for the rest of this year. I only need a few people. You can be a guest. I only need one guest to stream. Please, 12 guests maximum. 12 guests minimum really is enough. Is all I need. And also, give me money on Patreon. Yeah, that's it. I don't remember what else I was gonna say. Have a good weekend. I've thought about this way too much. Have a good Monday or whatever. I need to go to bed because I have work tomorrow. Goob eye. I'm sorry I didn't take any questions, but if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts, questions, anything, please put them in the comments down below. Put them in the comments. Leave them there so that I can answer them in the morning. And also for the engagement, remember to like this video on YouTube. I think you can like it on TikTok. I don't fucking know. How am I? I'm okay. I have a sore throat. It sucks. Like it hurts. And I'll see you next week where I play Monji's game, Everdate. You can look up Everdate on Kickstarter to know what it's about, but I'll be playing the open beta next week on stream, hopefully with a friend. Let's see how things go. Goob, I did try apple cider vinegar. Thank you, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. Enjoy my Patreon. Give me money, give me money, give me money. That's crazy to say that many times. I love being me. I love being me.